Hello, thank you very much. Welcome once again to the right hand. We are Ruben Allen, uh, small law firm consultants. In particular, we especially cater to and work with minority-owned, women-owned solo attorneys who are looking to start a law firm and small law firms in the minority-owned, women-owned space. Uh, we do collaborate with attorneys of all kinds, so it's not exclusive to those groups. Uh, we just tend to work mostly with the minority and women-owned law firms. And today we are going to, or I am going to, discuss um, something that comes up a lot uh, when you have small law firms, uh, people in spaces. You have two or more partners. You have a solo attorney, owner of the law firm, with a staff or someone who is building a law firm. And that is the difficult conversations. And what I urge a lot of my clients, a lot of the firms, a lot of attorneys that I work with to do is not run away from those difficult conversations, to confront them head on. Um, you'll be better for it. Your firm will be better for it. I know a lot of times as attorneys, surprise, surprise, and everyone thinks that we address every problem head on, or we're aggressive in tackling every controversy, every conflict. And that may be true in court or with our adverse parties, but a lot of times within our own organizations, um, there seems to be a pattern of avoidance where we're afraid of those difficult conversations, whether it be um, money responsibilities, time management, employment, um, future considerations, you know, all types of situations. It could be between the partners, between the owner and employees, between two employees, uh, anywhere. And it's one of the things that I always have to reinforce in order for your firm to move forward and move forward with clarity. You have to be willing to embrace these conversations and be willing to come out the other side with a clear understanding. And how do you go about those conversations? The first step is, as an owner of a law firm, as a partner of a law firm, um, as a manager, you have to do some introspection and find the determination to face the reality of that particular situation. You know, don't be afraid to walk down that dark alley of truth. Identify the situation, figure out ways to confront, tackle, handle that situation, that conflict. You know, you want to do, especially if it's between two partners, you want to hammer these out and walk away with clarity. Be sure to schedule the time you need to have the conversation. You know, give the other party time, to prepare what they want to say and how they want to say it and how they want to communicate themselves. Just don't walk into someone's office, say, I need to talk to you about this. Send them a calendar invite, or you can walk into the office and say, hey, you have time this afternoon at 4. I want to talk about ABC. Or you send them a calendar invite. Are you available Tuesday at 9? I want to talk about ABC. Let them know, give them a heads up. Don't spring any surprises. Um, so they don't feel like they're being confronted. They're being, accused of something. They're back against a wall. They're not overly defensive because they're like, oh my God, where's this coming? It's coming out of nowhere. So have a complete understanding that this is the conversation we're going to have, and this is when we're going to have it. I'm giving you time to think about your thoughts, put together your thoughts, how you feel, so we can communicate clearly and calmly to each other. Which comes to communicating clearly. And that's the purpose, Communicate what the purpose of this conversation is going to be. Be sure that all parties involved in this conversation know why it's necessary to have it and what exactly needs to be addressed. Again, clarity, no surprises, keeps the level of defensiveness down. Um, Everyone can get their thoughts together and know. And when you're in this conversation, when you do schedule it, and when you do have this meeting, this conversation, make sure that you're in it entirely. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at the email. Don't try to talk over each other. Don't try to talk over the person that you're having the conversation with. Speak, communicate, listen, speak again. Also, what you want to do is during these conversations is to almost repeat what the other person's saying so they know that you're hearing what they're saying. And also so you can say in your own words what you believe they're trying to communicate. It's best for both of them. Stay on the sides of facts. Try not to let it get into the realm of emotion or perception. Um, you know, this is about, what you believe or know to be true, not to guessing or kind of trying to fill in the blanks, presuming. You want to be clear and specific, and that's why I say when you hear someone say something, just communicate back to them what you're hearing and how you're perceiving it and how you are processing it, um, just so they know whether they're communicating correctly and or whether you are interpreting that communication in the manner that they see that they're communicating. That makes sense. And don't be afraid of silence. Sometimes there are difficult conversations. There has to be silence as everyone processes what has just been said, um, what they've just heard, what they would like to say next. So it doesn't have to be a constant back and forth. You can sit in silence for a little bit. You let the mind sort through the communication of information. And, you know, sometimes a resolution is found immediately in the initial conversation, but sometimes it takes a while to step back and think about what happened. And it's a stepping stone, to maybe several conversations that will result in an eventual resolution. And every succeeding discussion, when you have this initial conversation, it should prove to be less complicated if you are communicating effectively. In difficult conversations, they can help to resolve, a variety of things, improve employee performance. Sometimes, you know, like build better relationships, misunderstandings, it helps colleagues understand different perspectives. It builds a mutual understanding between parties and it helps you develop respect because, hey, this is where I stand, ABC. This is where you stand, ABC. And we can respect that. Now we know where we are. It also helps colleagues embrace change. This is why we're doing this. This is why we're moving forward this way. This is why we're changing the hourly requirement. This is why I would like you to go out and do more networking. This is why we need to expand into another practice area. This is what I'm saying. It gains a deeper understanding of the firm operations, of each other, and it can also repair relationships. Uh, Many times I've come in and helped law firms, and the partners will put on a great front. Oh, everything's great, everything's great, everything's great. And then I have my one-on-one with individual partners, and it's almost like I'm a therapist, and that's what I'm here for. And this is what partner A does that bothers me. This is what partner B does that bothers me. And I communicate, have you discussed this? Oh, no, 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 because they would get too upset. And it's just they're a hard person to speak with. And, you know, having these hard conversations, these difficult conversations, put your cards on the table. You're better for it. Don't avoid them just because they're uncomfortable. embrace them because they're valuable. And, you and your firm will be better off for it. Definitely embrace that difficult conversation and do not run from it. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time on the right hand.